Book Bandit back home, and I'm about to go into a thrift store, one that I go into frequently, and let's see what I can find. It's very nice to be back home, just in case you were wondering. Back on the West Coast after the freezing East Coast. Not free, well, sometimes freezing. So let's go see what I can find today. About 35, 36 books I picked up at the thrift store. Spent a little bit of time scanning through all their books. Hadn't been here in 3 weeks. Usually I come about every week to week and a half because they have a 10-cent bin. And I was lucky enough to find some really great books for 10 cents a piece, going for good money. And then I also looked through their normal priced books, and they're going for anywhere from 35 cents to about $1. And I found about 20 some odd and then their normal priced books as well. So overall did really well, about 36 books. I'm gonna show you a few books that I found that are priced really well, and one that surprised me, this one here, Gingerbread for All Seasons. They were getting rid of all of their Christmas and holiday related books. They tossed them in the 10-cent bin, so I was able to grab a few. And this one for 10 cents, at first, you look at something like this, you might not think that it's going for anything, but it's starting at $20 FBA. And there's a few copies FBA. New is going for even more. And this is in probably very good shape, so at least to get $20+ for it. You just never know the kind of random stuff you're going to find. It's why it's good to scan books that look like they might be interesting or unique. Even sometimes just, silly stuff. This one as well, Conscious Classroom Management. It's got a really great rank, and it's going for $20+ as well. Got it for 10 cents. It's got a little bit of, it's got some dog-eared pages, and it's got some little stiffness here in the back. I think it's got some water damage, but yeah, some water damage to the top edge of the pages, but it's that's about all the damage that there is. There's no highlighting, underlining, or writing on the pages. So because of that, though, I might have to list it acceptable. I'll take pictures of it, put a good description in there, and should be able to sell it because the rank is great. And here's another example of a book that you might not think sells. Fibromyalgia for Dummies, I believe that's how you pronounce it. And this one's not going for a ton of money, but again, it was 10 cents, and I'll still make some profit on it. You just never know. Sometimes these Dummies books, I've sold a few of them, a handful. Some of them are, they're still selling, or they still release ones that sell. Just depends on the topic. The older ones might not go, or might not be worth it. But ones that are on specific topics that are really niche, and also if it's a newer copy, or if it's on a topic that might not be changing all the time, like if it's an older computer book, clearly that's not going to work. But fibromyalgia is something that is, unless there's dramatic change in the disease and how to fight it, it's not something that's going to change that much. So people are still probably going to be buying it. So it feels really great to be back, and this was a very successful thrift run, especially the first one of the year back home, and it's good to get off to this start. The books that I sourced in Virginia and Maryland were about 20 or so, and with this about 36 books, and a few others that I bought. It's going to put me at about 60 or so books already, so I'm getting close to being able to send out another shipment. And if I can find some good yard sales this weekend, or estate sales, then yeah, I should be able to send out a shipment pretty soon, within the next week or so. I try to get to at least 100+ books before I send a shipment out. Again, doing this pretty part-time, only sourcing a few days a week, and then listing at night, and getting those shipments ready when I have enough books. So, by using that strategy, or even limited time, I've been able to build up my inventory to over 2,000. So if you just chip away at it, it's going to happen. The most important part is to be consistent. source every week, list, and ship out at least I ship out at least every 2 weeks. Try to ship out, if I could ship out every week I would, but I don't always have enough every week, but at least every 10 to 14 days, minimum every 14 days. Hope your sourcing is going well in the new year, and that you're off to a good start. As always, remember, keep booking.